The narrow line of Yugoslav coastline, with its more than 1,000 islands, is probably the most beautiful part of Europe. Along the shores lie a string of romantic little townships steeped in historical remnants. The innumerable coves and beaches are a paradise for bathers and sportsmen, and the natural hospitality of the Slav people, an age-old tradition. We enter Yugoslav from the north through the alpine country of Slovenia, with its numerous charming tourist resorts. This is Bled, a popular winter sports centre. An old castle standing high on the cliff top proudly guards this beautiful lake, where international rowing championships are frequently held. A chairlift enables tourists to enjoy the splendor of the surrounding scenery. Good roads take us in 3 hours away from this lovely corner to the Adriatic Coast and one of the largest holiday resorts, Opatija. Situated at the foot of the thickly wooded Učka mountain are several fine beaches, surrounded by forests of evergreen laurel and populated by bathers from all parts of the world. Comfortable hotels dotted along the shore stand in their own picturesque grounds. Many of the visitors come by car. Some bring their tents and camping equipment, so as to be still nearer to nature. These beaches are wonderful for children. Even the adults let down their hair and indulge in carefree games. The beauty of this bay is quite breathtaking. A little further along the coast is Pula, a naturally protected harbour, noted centuries ago by the Romans who built up an important trading centre here. Even the youngsters are encouraged to lend a helping hand. Today, Pula is a lively port. Fishing is all important. Ancient buildings provide quiet corners where fishermen prepare their nets, singing their songs in anticipation of tomorrow's good catch. Pula's most renowned monument is the enormous amphitheatre dating from the 1st century AD. It is still so well preserved that every year regular performances of opera, ballet, and even sporting events take place. The Yugoslav Film Festival is also held here annually. Adjoining the slender colonnaded august temple is the medieval town hall, which today houses the People's Council of Pula. Another harbour of perhaps less historic importance but greater beauty is Rab. Modern steamers bring scores of sightseers to this lovely island. Like other towns along this coast, Rab fought during the last war, and it was to commemorate their fallen that the people erected this bronze monument. Near the largest city park is a picturesque little market in which the local produce is sold. Small but adequate, it supplies the daily needs of the inhabitants and enables the visitors to prepare their own food should they so wish. Leaving the island of Rab, we sail to the old city of Šibenik. A particularly fine example of 15th century architecture is the cathedral, built by the famous Croat architect George Dalmatian. A few miles inland are the wonderful Krka Falls, a favorite beauty spot for visitors. The boys from the nearby villages know all the dangers of this foaming river and fearlessly enjoy the freshness of the blue-green waters. Traveling along the road south of Šibenik, one easily understands why this shore is called the Coast of 1,000 Islands. In a small cove, a group of peasant women carry sticks for the support of the vines in their vineyards. They travel by rowing boat to one of the surrounding islands. Profiting by the short break, one of these women spins thread in the age-old way. Filled to the brim with sticks and hay for their cow, the small boat sets off. These people lead an industrious and happy life. Our next stop is the miniature city of Trogir, once a Greek colony. Built on an islet and encircled by mighty walls, which were to enforce the city's defense against the Turks and pirates. The cathedral, a gem of medieval architecture, was built over a period of 400 years and is a successful intermingling of architectural styles. The 13th century Yugoslav sculptor and architect Gradac has left some of his best work on the marble portal of this cathedral. Perched high on a hill stands the old fortress of Klis. The name means rock, an apt description of this ancient battlement, which weathered many an onslaught during the wars against the Turks. Below the fortress, life goes on. A village wedding party wends its way to the church. Every year during the month of August in the town of Sinj, a costumed horse tournament is held to commemorate a glorious victory of the people of this region over the Turks in the year 1715. Spectators come from miles around to see this colorful and exciting spectacle. The tournament opens with a ceremonial march through tree-lined roads crowded with eager onlookers. Old and picturesque costumes are jealously kept in the family and handed down from generation to generation for this annual pageant, called the alka, or ring. The excitement mounts as the last-minute preparations are completed. In the middle of the road, a ring is fitted to a tight rope. The competitors, one by one, must lance this in full gallop. The first rider mounts his horse. His aim is to hit the center of the ring. This brings him 3 points. The upper outer circle, 2. The lower ones, 1 point each. The total number of points collected in each rider's 3 attempts decides the winner. Should 2 contestants gain the same number of points, they must each ride again. On completing the run, the competitor must place his ring in front of the judges. This is the limestone region called the Karst. Barren and desolate in places, but impressive nonetheless. A land of contrasts. Beyond the blue-grey mountains on the Adriatic coast are a series of picturesque seaside resorts. Here, at Makarska, where the scent of pine fills the air, the holidaymakers forget the hustle and bustle of city life and relax in the sun. One might almost be on the beach at Cannes. But inland, the landscape is utterly different, as is the life of the inhabitants. This is Mostar, which is in the heart of the historic province of Herzegovina. This bridge across the Neretva River, erected by the Turks several hundred years ago, has become the symbol of the town, the name Mostar being derived from the word most, meaning the bridge. Under the bridge is a sandy beach, and the quickest way to it is through the air and into the river, like this. From one of Mostar's numerous minarets, which clearly show the Oriental influence, one overlooks the rooftops of the town, old and new, intermingled in a colorful pattern. The dresses and the fairs also mark a long Turkish domination, and of course, the majority of the population is Muslim by religion. As in most of the towns and villages throughout Yugoslavia, there is much building in progress. Even the women lend a helping hand in this great effort for the reconstruction of the country. In a land where the past and present stand shoulder to shoulder and progress forges ahead, nature alone remains unchanged. So, with a last look at the emerald green waters of the Neretva River, we leave Mostar and the picturesque country of Yugoslavia.